Y'all, it has been a while since I have watched a Zach Rushing video. Now, as I've mentioned multiple times, it was his videos that catapulted me into the world of watching stand-up comedy or just comedic stuff in general for my channel. And I got started doing that in 2020 when everybody was losing their minds and the world was ending and all of that stuff. And life was so stressful and aggravating, and it continues to be in different ways, but I wanted some laughter. So I messaged Zach, asked for his permission to watch his videos for my channel, and he said, go for it. So I have since seen a few more, but it's been a while since the last one. I don't even remember. I don't even think I've watched one of his videos this year. I might be wrong, but it has been a good while. Anyway, this one, I've been going back from his earliest videos and just kind of working my way up. This one is the one, I think this one's titled, I Need Opinions. And from what I gather, it has something to do with the use of the word ma'am and whether it's disrespectful. I think that's what it says in the description. So anyway, I picked this video because it's not too long. I am a little bit limited on time right now, but let's just go ahead and check it out and see what he has to say or to ask us about. Here we go.
Okay, this is one of them rare occurrences that I really need some advice. All
Okay.
right, and I completely forgot about this till I was talking to Possum about it this morning.
Oh, Possum.
So a couple weeks ago, my buddy called me. He works at a refinery up in Toledo, Ohio. He called me and said, hey, buddy, I came home.
Hold on a second. The resolution is terrible. I don't know what's going on. All right, that's better. Here we go.
For a week, I ended up breaking my foot. My damn truck is sitting up there at the airport collecting a bill every day. I need you to go grab my truck for me. I can't drive. I said, all right, you do it for me. I do it for you. Sounds good. When am I leaving? He said, I'll get you a plane ticket. How about tomorrow morning? I said, sounds good. Roll Tide. Here we go. So I get up on the Big Bird and I'm headed that way. And I already don't do good with flying because if this hits the ground, there's going to be nothing left. I'm leaving a crater. I'm talking about a serious one because I don't like heights. Anyway,
Gosh, me either, y'all. Flying scares the crap out of me. I hate it so much. I've got a flight coming up in November, and I am already scared about it. And I just got my tickets a week or so ago, and I'm just like, just thinking about it makes me nervous. So I feel him. Absolutely.
All the way up here, and this is when our story really starts.
Okay.
Okay. We have a certain way of talking in the South that a lot of people frown upon.
Whatever.
Of people envy. Most people frown upon. And we have certain catchphrases and words and stuff, like that might mean something different in a different area code.
Yeah.
Well, when I flew into Detroit, let me tell you something. I'm as lost as a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. I'm talking about, like, I am lost in this airport. This is the biggest damn structure I've ever seen in my whole life.
Okay.
So I go to the information desk. I go up there. I said, ma'am, can you help me? I'm lost. I'm talking about I'm lost. And she didn't give a shit about helping me. The only thing she heard in that whole sentence was ma'am. And she got on my ass. I'm talking about quick, fast, and in a jiffy. She goes, I am not a ma'am.
What are you, a sir?
Ma'am? I mean, excuse me? She goes, I am not a ma'am. I'm not that old. I said,
oh, God.
It's a habit. It's just.
Oh, come on. That was where she was going with this? I thought she was going to be like, don't talk to me that way because I'm a woman. You know, that sort of nonsense. But, I mean, okay. All right. To be fair, there have been times people have called me ma'am, you know, like let's say friends of my kids or acquaintances of the family, and they call me yes ma'am. I'm like, oh, you don't need to call me ma'am, you know, that makes me feel old. You can call me by my name or whatever. But I don't get, like, it doesn't annoy me. It doesn't aggravate. It's never aggravated me at all to refer to somebody that way. That is how we talk in the South. We do say yes ma'am, yes sir. Just, I say that to the bank teller when I'm making a deposit at the machine and I'm talking to the teller. Just the way we talk, and yeah. Okay, she sounds right special.
I mean, excuse me? She goes, I am not a ma'am. I'm that old. I said, and it's a habit. It's just a habit how we talk. I said, ma'am, I didn't mean no disrespect. And she said, well, I am not a ma'am, and don't call me that again. I said, I tell you what, ma'am. I'm gonna find somebody else to help me. I didn't mean to piss you off, because at this point it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I really can't handle this at this point. But so I just left it be, and she should feel really, really gracious, because I'm not one to hold my tongue, but I wanted a Whataburger chicken biscuit because I flew in on a Sunday and Chick-fil-A was closed.
Chick-fil-A.
So I just eased my big ass.
Yes, it's closed on Sundays. There's that. Is it Tim Hawkins, the guy who does the song about Chick-fil-A? He says, Chick-fil-A, I could eat there 7 times a day. That's funny.
That's right up at that airport when we found that truck. Now, I found the truck, and I got like a 16-hour drive back to Biloxi, Mississippi.
Oof.
Well, I'm hauling ass, and I'm talking about I don't even have to make 2 trips. I mean, I am hauling ass. Coming down through Ohio out of Detroit. And I get all the way to Cincinnati before that damn fuel light comes on. I said,
Yes, he run into somebody else.
All right.
That has an
I pulled
attitude.
into the gas station. I had diesel. Pulled up the diesel pump. And I don't like using my cards in strange places. Too much scamming going on. So I go inside. I was going to get me a Bang and another can of snuff and some Bugles and whatever the hell else my fat ass wanted. Some Mike and Ike's. I don't remember what all I was getting. I was getting a bunch of stuff. And I get up to it, and it's about 7 o'clock in the morning at this point. I get up to the counter.
Hasn't had much sleep, has he?
Slide my groceries right across that counter. She tells me how much it is. So I hand her some money. She hands me some change, and I made the cardinal mistake. I said, "Thank you, ma'am." She lost her shit on me. I am not a ma'am. Did the same shit again. Ma'am? Like I didn't hear her. I heard her, but I wasn't listening. And she said, "I am not a ma'am. I am not that old." And the lady, about 5 hours ago, she got off easy, is all I can tell you.
Oh.
Because at this point,
okay,
I'm not holding my tongue.
Oh, good. I'm glad, because
I told her.
She sounds like a complete idiot. An absolute ass to be acting that way. He wasn't being rude. And if people like that cannot tell that someone's actually being respectful by referring to them that way, then they are the ones that are socially tone deaf. Yeah, I'm curious to hear what he said to her. I hope he didn't let her off easy, because okay.
Her very calmly. Just don't fuck with me. I told her very calmly, I said, "Ma'am, where I'm from, that is a sign of respect for women. That means when we was brought up, the last thing our mamas and daddies told us when we got out of the truck, when they was dropping us off at our buddy's house, was that you say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, and no ma'am. I'm sorry if that upset you in any kind of way, shape, or form. That was my nice version of what I said." She goes, "But you don't need to be just walking around calling people ma'am. It means something different here. It's just like you're calling me old. And I don't appreciate it." I said, "So you don't want to be called ma'am?" She goes, "No. No woman wants to be called ma'am." I said, "Bullshit. Because I got a grandma that's about 1,600 miles from here down there in Woolmarket, Mississippi, that I tell you what, if she finds out that I'm talking to a lady over 18 years old and I don't call her ma'am, she's finna take a switch to my eye, and I'm way more scared of her than I am of you. So if you don't want to be a ma'am, if you really don't want to be, I'm going to address you as exactly what you acting like, and that's a fucking cunt. Ooh. So give me my damn change and let me get the hell out of this damn state, because I promise you, I ain't coming back."
Did he really?
Which was a lie, because I actually like the state. Ohio's cool as shit. But that gas station ain't getting no more of my business. I gotta find somebody. I'm gonna hire somebody just to go fill up my truck. I get bad luck at gas stations. But did I do something wrong? For real? Like, I don't feel like I did anything wrong. This ain't one of them times that I'm begging for damn solidification or something like that on what I did. I just genuinely don't think I did anything wrong here. If I did, please tell me. But where I'm from, it's a sign of respect. So if you happen to run across a southern boy up there in the north somewhere and he calls you ma'am, don't flip shit on him. He don't mean it by no means. He don't mean it bad. He's just trying to be respectful.
Or even a woman, if a southern woman
She crossed the wrong one that day. Leave your comments. I'd love to know what the hell is going on with this, because this is the first for me. I don't disrespect women unless they disrespect me. But that right there was terrible. Shit.
I was waiting for that, because that's his closing line. You know, like how the critical drinker has the, and that's all I've got for today. Go away now. He does that. Zach always closes his videos out with that, that sort of line. That word. It's funny. The way he says it is hilarious. In answer to your question, Zach, you're not watching this, but whatever. In answer to your question, or to a question anybody else might have after watching his little story, I've already made it perfectly clear. No, you didn't do anything wrong, Zach. Those women have attitudes. They're the people that need to kind of rethink their position, especially after he explained himself. You know, this is a sign of respect. I'm not meaning. And then she was still snipey with him. You know, I get sometimes there are these not necessarily language barriers. Well, I mean, they are kind of language barriers, but let's say, you know, in any country, no matter where you are in the different areas of the country, they all have different dialects. They have different expressions, idioms, and things like that. And so sometimes, yes, miscommunication, misunderstanding, whatever, that can happen. That's normal. That's just the way people are. But once you get over that initial like surprise or shock, and the person is trying to explain, or you eventually find out that it didn't mean what you thought, things like that, let it go. Let it go. Or even just, how about, don't be so quick to snark, for one thing. I mean, unless somebody is just to your face and it's super obvious that they're being extremely rude, like if he just jumped out and called her that word, you know, not the man, but the other word. Yeah, okay, yeah, he's being an ass. But just for someone to address you or talk to you in a certain way that maybe you're not familiar with, it's pretty obvious if someone is really being disrespectful. I mean, it's obvious. You can tell. And so it seems to me like these particular women just kind of wanted to have a fight. Maybe they're feminists and they just don't like men. Who the heck knows? Anyway, yeah, he's got bad luck. Well, I don't know about gas stations, because the first one was the airport, I think. But yeah, no. Yeah, no. Boy, that was a contradiction. He didn't do anything wrong. That is how we talk down here in the South. Women do it too. Some people don't, whatever. I mean, I'm not offended if somebody doesn't call me ma'am. It doesn't, I don't care. But to be offended because someone refers to you as ma'am, that's just, it's how we talk. And it's not disrespectful. And if someone from outside the area perceives it as disrespectful, well, they're incorrect. They may take it as being disrespectful, but that's not what the person saying that meant. And if that's what they think, or if that's what they continue to want to claim, well, they're just wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. It's not a sign of disrespect. Not in the general term. I'm not talking about when someone is being snarky. I'm not talking about situations like that. I'm just talking about in day-to-day interactions, you know, like I said, going to the bank, going to the store, and someone asks you a question. Do you need anything else? No, thank you, ma'am. Or no, ma'am. No, sir. It's the way we converse with each other. And so, well, that was an easy question to answer. No, you didn't do anything wrong. And if anybody else watching this has had similar interactions or issues, you didn't do anything wrong either. Okay, well, I don't have anything else, so I'm going to wrap this up, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.